Welcome back to The New Voices. I'm Jim Lane, Biofuels Digest, and we're joined in this segment by Jan Koninckx of DuPont. We're going to talk about cellulosic fuels. And Jan, the rumor is that cellulosic fuels are 5 years away, and they always will be 5 years away. First of all, is that true? And secondly, what is it?
Jim, it's simply not true. Biofuels from biomass are here. And we've worked on this for many years with a lot of success. We've made a lot of steps forward. We've developed a supply chain, we've developed the technology, we're building the plants, we're starting up these plants. It's right here. It's going to be a big fuel, it's going to be a big supply chain for the US, it's going to be a great offering for American fuel consumers.
Now, starting out, what kind of feedstocks are you using? We're talking about residues. What does that mean?
We're starting out with something that's called corn stover. And corn stover is basically everything that's left on the field after the corn grain harvest. So farmers do their harvest, they leave behind the hay or stover, as they call it. And that is what we come and pick up. They can't do anything with it. It's basically in their way for the next operation. And we use it and we convert it into ethanol.
So what are they doing with it right now?
Right now they plow it under. And that's really, we call it now landfilling. I mean, basically they landfill their stover, which is not what they should do. It just promotes the production of more CO2 quicker. So in fact, we're better picking up the stover and turning it into fuel and making it into something useful.
So we pick it up. How far can we carry it before economically this is just an unviable thing? It sounds like an awful lot of weight.
Yeah, we're building a large plant in Iowa right now, and this plant will start up later this year. It collects corn stover from roughly 40 miles around there. Most of the stover, of course, comes from closer, but we go up to about 40 miles away.
This is 2015. This is the year of Back to the Future. We're all supposed to be able to take garbage and put it in our cars and run it off. So I assume that you've invented the flux capacitor at this point. Is that
there's that, and there's a little bit of intrigue involved in that in the script. But really, it's actually even much more fascinating than the movie. The science of this is phenomenal, but it works well. The supply chain is sustainable. This helps the farmer. This is really nothing but pluses. It's a great technology. I'm excited to work on it.
In the space I'm working in, for example, one of the fuels that was never considered was DME or dimethyl ether. That wasn't under the renewable fuel standard.
What is dimethyl ether? And it sounds like you're serving anesthetic to your car here. What is this?
That's diethyl ether.
There you go. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Drop a few carbons.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's something that combusts as a fuel. So just a molecule that combusts in a diesel engine. And it wasn't under the renewable fuel standard. So we actually had to go to the EPA, and they did a pathway review, and it's now under the renewable fuel standard. But it's just an example of how innovators will rise to the occasion because they put that target out for greater than 60%.
What does it behave like? I mean, in your vehicle, would it feel like just a standard diesel, or is it more like a LPG or what,
It has the combustion properties of diesel, so it's a high cetane number, 55 to 60, so compression ignites extraordinarily well, 100% DME, but it handles like propane.
Okay.
So the fuel system is different. So you get the efficiency and the torque of a diesel engine, but you get this simplified handling with no cryogenics, no high compression of propane-like handling, which most people use in their barbecue grill today.
So that would be, because that's made from waste, so that's a cellulosic fuel as well.
I think an important point, though, and this is what DuPont, I think, is responding to, is there already is about 135 billion gallon gasoline market in the U.S. Average octane gasoline, only about 84 octane. When you go to the pump, there's no 84 on the pump. Your car isn't going to run on 84. So the product being made by DuPont and other cellulosic ethanol companies have an existing market, approximately 15 billion gallons in 2015 under the renewable fuel standard. That is a combination of traditional ethanol and this new cellulosic ethanol, which has lower carbon intensity and a lot of other benefits to our economy. That roadmap is already in place. For the next 7 years, all the way through 2022, the renewable fuel standard is telling investors and entrepreneurs, here is a bogey where we're going to continue to open up a market and be able to participate as a part of this 135 billion gallons of gasoline. The solid platform of that allows further investment in technology and commercialization. And that cellulosic ethanol technology is economic. Cheaper feedstocks, higher value products is very economic.
But I think the problem with cellulosic fuels is there is no obvious price for the final product. If you look at the wind or the solar industry, they are also risky technologies. They're expensive, hundreds of millions of dollars for a wind farm. But you can sign a 10-year PPA and you know what price you're going to get. The subsidy that you get in the US is probably half the production cost of the wind. So you're basically, you know you're going to make money. And I think with fuels, it's really tough to know what will the price be for your
You're right.
ethanol.
What we actually ask for, and the policy that was provided for biofuels in general and advanced biofuels in particular, is actually offers a lot less than some of the other alternative energies that have been commercialized, are now at scale, are cheap, and are plentiful available. And so all we ask is that the policy that was set in place is actually executed. And Eric, you pointed that out. You know, we've knocked down a number of big uncertainties: supply chain sustainability, technology, the projects, all of these things. The key uncertainty that's now left and actually has grown is the policy uncertainty.
Final question, Jan, where are we going to see it besides the U.S.? Is this going to be a global phenomenon? Is it going to be in Brazil? Is it going to be where?
No, absolutely. We'll see
Two or
this,
three countries
We'll
where-
see this in Brazil. We're seeing it there now in Brazil, right? It's being commercialized there today. We'll see this in Asia. We'll see it in China in particular. We'll see it in Africa. We'll see it in Europe, and particularly in Eastern Europe.
Thank you for joining us on The New Voices. I'm Jim Lane, Biofuels Digest. We'll see you again next time.